Can you feel it? Love, boundaries, and karma are headed on a collision course. Brace for impact, because the effect will change everything you believe about self-worth and destiny. Astrology offers a profound lens through which to understand the deeper currents of our lives, and few alignments carry as much weight as Venus Retrograde Conjunct Saturn in Pisces. This rare celestial event weaves together themes of love, boundaries, karma, and spiritual surrender, inviting us to confront our deepest relational and creative lessons. Traditionally associated with love, beauty, and harmony, Venus governs our affections, aesthetic sensibilities, and the way we relate to others. Known as the taskmaster of the zodiac, Saturn represents discipline, structure, and karmic lessons. It challenges us to confront limitations and instills a sense of responsibility. As a water sign ruled by Neptune, Pisces embodies spirituality, intuition, and transcendence. It dissolves boundaries, encouraging unity and compassion. Venus Retrograde Conjunct Saturn in Pisces occurs on April 7, 2025, at 25 degrees Pisces. Astrologically, the effects of such a conjunction can be felt for several weeks surrounding the exact date, typically influencing individuals for about 2 to 4 weeks. However, the introspective and restructuring themes initiated by this alignment may have longer-term implications, with the potent Pisces energy working to dissolve old patterns to make room for new growth. When Venus stations retrograde, the planet of love, beauty, and worth turns inward, urging us to reevaluate our relationships, finances, and self-esteem. Past connections may resurface, unresolved emotional patterns come to light, and we are asked, do I truly value myself? Retrogrades symbolize a period of review, and Venus's backward motion often exposes where we've compromised our worth, whether in romance, friendships, or creative expression. This is not a time for new beginnings, but for deep reflection, healing, and release. Saturn, the taskmaster of the zodiac, represents structure, karma, and life's hard lessons. In mystical Pisces, the sign of dissolution, dreams, and divine connection, Saturn's energy becomes paradoxical. It asks, how do we build foundations in the intangible? Pisces dissolves boundaries, while Saturn constructs them. This tension forces us to reconcile fantasy with reality, compassion with discipline, and spirituality with earthly responsibilities. Saturn in Pisces teaches that true transcendence requires grounding, not escape. If you have struggled for years with issues regarding your relationships, self-worth, or finances, your time for change is now. This powerful astrological transit is a gift, one that provides the energetic upgrade you need to make deep and lasting changes to your life experience. When retrograde Venus meets Saturn in Pisces, the universe delivers a karmic reckoning in matters of the heart. This conjunction has the power to bring 5 major upgrades in your life. The first upgrade is that it can bring illumination regarding soul contracts. Soul contracts, often described as pre-birth agreements between souls, shape our life experiences, relationships, and challenges. These unseen pacts are believed to be designed for our spiritual growth, karmic balance, and soul evolution. While many accept their life circumstances as random fate, revisiting and understanding these contracts can unlock profound healing, clarity, and empowerment. One of the greatest spiritual benefits of revisiting soul contracts is the illumination of purpose behind struggles. Many people ask, why did this happen to me? By exploring soul agreements, we may discover that certain hardships, failed relationships, health issues, or career setbacks were not punishments, but soul-chosen lessons meant to cultivate resilience, compassion, or self-worth. This awareness shifts our perspective from victimhood to sacred responsibility, allowing us to engage with challenges as opportunities for growth rather than misfortunes. Many people feel trapped by circumstances, believing they have no control over their destiny. However, examining soul contracts reveals that we are co-creators of our journey. This realization fosters greater self-agency. Recognizing that we chose certain experiences empowers us to navigate them with wisdom. It also encourages a release of resentment. Understanding that others, such as difficult family members or past partners, may have been playing soul-assigned roles helps dissolve grudges. In addition, it helps us realign with our higher purpose. We can consciously renegotiate outdated contracts by shifting intentions, forgiveness, and new actions. Revisiting soul contracts is not about fatalism, it's about conscious evolution. By understanding these spiritual agreements, we move from passive endurance to active co-creation with the universe. This process brings profound peace, as we realize that nothing is random. Every challenge, relationship, and turning point serves our soul's expansion. The second upgrade this transit brings is that it downloads the insight needed to take a clear-eyed look at your relationships. Relationships that lack depth, integrity, or mutual growth may crumble under Saturn's scrutiny. Venus retrograde prompts a deep review of all of our relationships, whether they're personal, romantic, or professional, urging us to assess their authenticity and alignment with our spiritual path. Saturn's influence adds gravity, compelling us to consider the long-term implications and responsibilities inherent in our connections. The third upgrade delivered when retrograde Venus meets Saturn in Pisces is spiritual maturation. In astrology, Saturn and Pisces represent two opposing yet complementary forces, one enforcing discipline and structure, the other dissolving boundaries and encouraging transcendence. Understanding their interplay reveals profound insights into personal growth, responsibility, and the tension between reality and fantasy. Saturn teaches maturity. Known as the Lord of Karma, it governs time, discipline, and life's hard lessons. Its influence is often associated with the forging of discipline. Saturn demands effort, patience, and perseverance. It strips away illusions, forcing us to confront limitations, delays, and consequences. Under its influence, we learn accountability. Actions have repercussions. Saturn ensures we face them. We also learn resilience. Struggles under Saturn are not punishments, but initiations into strength. In addition, we learn mastery through repetition. Saturn rewards consistency, not shortcuts. Saturn forces you to grow up. It leads you to ask yourself, are you living authentically or avoiding responsibility? Have you built a stable foundation, or are you still drifting? What commitments have you neglected? Those who resist Saturn's lessons face frustration and stagnation, while those who embrace them emerge wiser, more grounded, and self-sufficient. Pisces can introduce the allure of escapism. Ruled by Neptune, this planet dissolves boundaries between reality and fantasy. While it brings compassion, creativity, and spiritual depth, its shadow manifests as the temptation to avoid reality. Pisces energy seeks transcendence, sometimes through unhealthy outlets. These may include substance abuse, such as alcohol and drugs. It may foster a victim mentality that causes you to blame fate instead of taking action. And it can lead to delayed decision-making in which you wait for divine intervention instead of making an effort. The Pisces energy can lead to spiritual bypassing. This energy's highest expression is mystical connection, but its lowest is using spirituality to avoid real-world problems. Pisces teaches that not everything can be controlled, but escapism is not the answer. True Piscean wisdom lies in faith without passivity. In this scenario, you trust the universe while taking action. Piscean wisdom also calls us to choose creative expression over numbing out. Art, music, and meditation are healthy escapes. Using drugs or adopting a victim mentality are not. In addition, Piscean wisdom encourages us to maintain boundaries when it comes to compassion. It teaches that if we set clear lines in the sand, we can help others without losing ourselves. Saturn's presence in Pisces calls for the maturation of our spiritual beliefs. It challenges us to ground our ideals in reality, moving beyond escapism to embody our spirituality in practical ways. This transit guides us to turn dreams into tangible plans and set boundaries with addictive behaviors. It also provides insight that can help us accept that enlightenment requires effort. The fourth upgrade delivered by this transit involves lessons related to self-worth and sacrifice. Pisces may cause us to give too much, while Saturn may cause us to give too little. Boundaries in love are redefined. Saturn's transit through Pisces creates a profound tension between structure and surrender, forcing us to confront deep questions about self-value, boundaries, and the cost of compassion. This rare alignment challenges us to mature spiritually, while exposing where we've undervalued ourselves in the name of love, faith, or escapism. Saturn, the planet of karma and consequences, amplifies Pisces' nebulous energy, making self-worth a central theme. It shines a light on the illusion of unworthiness. Pisces dissolves ego, but Saturn demands self-definition. If you struggle with imposter syndrome and feel as if you're undeserving of success or love, this transit brings a blast of healing energy that can help you address that issue once and for all. Past life echoes of martyrdom or servitude may surface, in which you ask yourself, do I believe I must suffer to be worthy? Self-worth is strengthened through clear boundaries. Pisces wants to merge. Saturn enforces separation. Codependency, people-pleasing, or toxic empathy are exposed in this transit's healing light. Saturn asks, where have you sacrificed yourself for others' approval? This transit brings insight that can help you see that healthy self-worth requires saying no, even to those you love. The fifth upgrade that comes with this transit involves creative blockages and breakthroughs. Saturn's transit through Pisces brings a paradoxical energy to creativity that is simultaneously restrictive and revelatory. This cosmic tension forces artists, writers, musicians, and visionaries to confront the discipline required to manifest dreams and the spiritual surrender needed to channel them. Pisces rules boundless imagination, but Saturn imposes crippling scrutiny, amplifying fears like, is my work meaningful? Will I ever be good enough? Why can't I just flow like before? Many artists experience paralysis, feeling their visions are too vast to materialize. This transit can help shatter the illusion that you need to wait for inspiration. Pisces loves divine downloads. Saturn demands showing up daily. Procrastination often disguises itself as I'm not in the right mood or the muse isn't speaking. Saturn's lesson in this transit is that inspiration favors the disciplined. This transit has a powerful effect on past life and karmic blocks. Saturn exposes unfinished creative karma, abandoned projects, silenced voices, or fears of visibility from past lives. For example, if you're a writer, this transit may bring insight that shows you may have been punished for your words in another lifetime, which has left you carrying subconscious censorship. This transit fosters creative breakthroughs by showing that structure can bring liberation. Saturn's remedy for Piscean chaos is ritual, routine, and deadlines. Create even when you don't feel like it becomes the mantra. Artists who embrace constraints such as time limits or medium restriction often find unexpected innovation. This transit supports creativity by providing insight with shadow work and artistic integrity. Saturn forces creators to ask, am I making this for fame or for my soul? Where am I copying others instead of trusting my voice? The most profound work emerges from facing creative fears, not avoiding them. Another way in which this transit boosts creativity is by encouraging us to let go of perfectionism. Pisces seeks the perfect vision. Saturn laughs and says, "Done is better." Many blockages stem from idealizing an unattainable masterpiece. Breakthrough comes when artists release the need for divine approval and simply begin. Artistic endeavors face delays or restructuring, but enduring visions gain strength. Pisces fuels imagination and creativity, while Saturn provides the structure to manifest these visions. This period supports disciplined artistic endeavors that have the potential to inspire and uplift. This alignment is a cosmic mirror. Saturn reveals where we've been avoiding necessary endings, and Pisces shows where we've been lost in illusions. Spiritually, this alignment asks, what unhealthy attachments must I release to align with divine love? Where have I neglected my dreams due to fear or self-doubt? How can I merge the compassion of Pisces with the wisdom of Saturn? These tips can help you navigate this transit with grace and ease. Tip number 1 calls on you to forgive, but never forget. Pisces urges compassion, but Saturn insists on learning the lesson. Tip number 2 encourages you to release any illusions that have you trapped in the idea that fairy tale love exists. Saturn demands maturity. Seek partnerships built on truth, not fantasy. Tip number 3 requires you to look at creativity with clarity. If a dream feels blocked, Saturn asks, is this aligned or just a distraction? Finally, tip number 4 encourages you to embrace solitude. This alignment favors introspection over new connections. Venus Retrograde Conjunct Saturn in Pisces is a sacred alchemy of heartbreak and healing. It's a call to release what no longer serves our soul's evolution, to love with both vulnerability and discernment, and to anchor our spiritual longings in tangible form. By surrendering to its lessons, we don't lose love. We reclaim it in its highest, most authentic expression. I'd like to thank you for watching. If this content has resonated with you, please consider hitting the like button or sharing it with those who might benefit. Subscribe for more guidance designed to help you flourish and thrive on your soul's path.